Welcome to one of the most critical lessons in your project management journey. Today, we're diving into time management in project management. Think about this: every project you'll ever manage will face budget pressures and scope changes, but time is the one resource that never stops, never waits, and never forgives. Once a deadline passes, it's gone forever. That's why mastering time management isn't just important, it's the difference between project heroes and project zeros. Over the next hour, you'll discover how to orchestrate time like a maestro conducting a symphony. You'll learn techniques that have saved companies millions and careers from disaster. Ready to take control of time itself? Let's begin this transformative journey together. I want you to imagine standing before a world-class orchestra. Each musician represents one of your project tasks. The violins might be your developers, the brass section your designers, and the percussion your testers. Now, what transforms all these individual talents into breathtaking music? It's the conductor's baton, directing when each section plays, how they blend together, and the pace of the entire performance. In project management, time management is your conductor's baton. Without it, even the most talented team produces noise, not music. Think about your current projects. Are you conducting a symphony or managing chaos? Today, we're going to ensure it's always a symphony. Every task will know when to start, when to deliver, and how to harmonize with others. This isn't just theory, this is the practical skill that separates good project managers from great ones. Here's a sobering truth that every project manager must internalize: time is the only project resource you can never get back. Think about that for a moment. Budget running low, you can request more funding. Scope too ambitious, you can negotiate reductions. Quality issues, you can add reviews and fixes. But when Monday becomes Tuesday, when January becomes February, when your deadline passes, that time is gone forever. It's like sand falling through an hourglass, and unlike the movies, we can't flip it over and start again. This irreversibility makes time management not just another skill, it makes it the critical skill. I've seen brilliant projects with innovative solutions fail simply because they delivered too late. The market had moved on, competitors had launched, or the need had passed. Don't let this happen to you. Master time, or time will master your projects. Let me show you what you're going to walk away with today. First, you'll master the core concepts and tools that professional project managers use daily, from work breakdown structures with timeline integration to the famous Gantt charts that have managed projects for over a century. Second, you'll understand why time management creates competitive advantages that money can't buy. We'll explore real stories from companies like SpaceX and Amazon who've used time as their secret weapon. Third, you'll get hands-on practice creating your own time management system for a mobile health app project. By the end of this lesson, you won't just understand time management theory, you'll have practical tools you can apply to your very next project. You'll transform from someone who chases deadlines to someone who commands them. Ready to begin this transformation? Let's dive into our first core concept. Let's start with WBS timeline integration, and I'll make this crystal clear with a cooking analogy. Imagine you're preparing Thanksgiving dinner for 20 guests. Your work breakdown structure is like your recipe collection. It lists every dish: turkey, stuffing, pies, vegetables. But recipes alone won't get dinner on the table at 6 p.m. You need to know the turkey takes 4 hours, pies need to cool for 2 hours, and vegetables take 30 minutes. That's timeline integration, breathing temporal life into your task list. In projects, this means taking your WBS and adding durations, dependencies, and deadlines to create a temporal map. Here's why this is crucial. I once saw a software project with a perfect WBS, every feature documented beautifully. But without timeline integration, teams started features randomly, developers waited for designs that came too late, and testing happened without completed code. Chaos. Don't just list tasks, give them their place in time. Now, let's talk about the critical path method, the most powerful concept in time management. Imagine building a house. Can you put on the roof before building the walls? Can you build walls before the foundation? Of course not. These dependencies create a critical path, the longest chain of dependent tasks that determines your minimum project duration. Here's the key insight: any delay on the critical path delays your entire project. There's zero flexibility, zero float, zero wiggle room. It's like a chain, the strength is determined by the weakest link. I worked with a mobile app company that was always late until they discovered the critical path ran through legal approval, a task they'd ignored while focusing on development. Once they identified this, they started legal reviews earlier and cut delivery time by 40%. Find your critical path, protect it fiercely, and you'll deliver on time. Tasks off the critical path. They have float, they can slip without killing your deadline, but critical tasks, they're sacred. Let me introduce you to one of the most powerful visualization tools in project management, the Gantt chart. Created by Henry Gantt in the 1910s, this tool has managed everything from World War I logistics to modern space missions. Think of it as sheet music for your project orchestra. Time flows horizontally across the page, just like measures in music. Tasks stack vertically like different instrument parts. Each bar shows when a task starts, how long it runs, and when it must finish. Dependencies appear as connecting lines, showing that task B can't start until task A completes. But here's what makes modern Gantt charts incredibly powerful: they're not just static pictures. They show resource assignments through color coding, blue bars for developers, green for designers. Progress appears through fill patterns, a 50% filled bar means half complete. Milestones shine as diamond markers, key moments everyone must hit. One glance at a well-crafted Gantt chart tells you everything. Is the project healthy? Where are the bottlenecks? Who's overloaded? It's your project's health monitor, GPS, and early warning system combined. Now let's equip you with the advanced tools that separate professionals from amateurs. First, float management. Think of float as your schedule's shock absorbers. When unexpected issues hit, and they always do, float provides flexibility without derailing your project. Smart managers protect float like emergency funds, using it strategically rather than carelessly. Second, schedule compression techniques. When deadlines tighten, you have two options. Crashing means adding resources, hiring contractors, authorizing overtime, paying for faster delivery. Fast tracking means doing sequential tasks in parallel, starting coding before design is complete. Both are powerful but dangerous. Crashing costs money, fast tracking increases risk. Third, earned value management brings mathematical precision to progress tracking. If your schedule performance index shows 0.8, you're only accomplishing 80% of planned work. Time to intervene. Finally, buffer management. Professional managers build time contingencies transparently. Hide buffers and teams waste them. Show them clearly and teams protect them. These aren't just tools, they're your professional edge. Let me share why mastering time management isn't just about meeting deadlines, it's about winning markets. Netflix didn't beat Blockbuster with better movies initially. They won through speed, getting DVDs to customers faster. When streaming emerged, they moved faster again. Zoom didn't have the best video technology when COVID hit, but they scaled faster than WebEx, Teams, or Skype, capturing a market that might have taken years in just months. This is the power of temporal advantage. There's a psychological principle called temporal discounting. Humans value immediate rewards over future gains. The same applies to business. A product launched 3 months early captures market share that competitors might never recover. A feature delivered this quarter drives revenue now, not someday. Time management multiplies every other project benefit. Great features delivered late become obsolete. Good features delivered first become market leaders. Speed isn't everything, but in competitive markets, it's the difference between leading and following. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Nothing builds or destroys stakeholder trust faster than your relationship with deadlines. When projects consistently deliver late, organizations develop what psychologists call learned helplessness. Teams start padding estimates by 50% or more. Executives demand impossible compression. Customers stop believing promises. It becomes a vicious cycle where everyone expects failure, so failure becomes inevitable. But here's the flip side, and it's powerful. When you consistently deliver on time, magic happens. Teams gain confidence and give realistic estimates. Executives provide resources instead of pressure. Customers become partners, not critics. I've seen project managers transform their careers simply by becoming known as the one who delivers on time. This trust dividend compounds over time. Each on-time delivery makes the next one easier because people believe in you, support you, and protect your schedules. Time management isn't just about schedules, it's about relationships, reputation, and respect. Modern projects are like complex ballet performances, multiple dances moving in precise coordination. Without temporal coordination, this ballet becomes a mosh pit. Let me paint a picture. A construction site where concrete trucks arrive before the foundation is ready minus $10,000 of concrete wasted. A software team sitting idle for a week waiting for delayed API specifications minus $50,000 in lost productivity. A marketing campaign ready to launch but waiting for legal approval, millions in missed market opportunity. These temporal misalignments happen every day, burning money and morale. But when time management works, resources flow like a well-oiled machine. Developers finish features just as testers become available. Designers complete mock-ups right when developers need them. Equipment arrives exactly when installation can begin. This isn't luck, it's professional time management. You can level workloads, eliminating expensive overtime. You can predict resource needs weeks in advance, securing the best talent. Your team experience is predictable, sustainable workdays instead of constant firefighting. This is the difference between chaos and control. Let me tell you the tale of two Sydney opera houses. The same project, but two completely different approaches to time management. The first opera house, from 1959 to 1966, was a disaster. Estimated at 4 years and $7 million, it was already 3 years late and massively over budget by 1966. Why? No proper work breakdown structure. No Gantt charts. No critical path analysis. Teams built shells before designing interiors. Construction started before engineering was complete. It was chaos masquerading as progress. Then new management arrived in 1966. They implemented everything we've discussed today: detailed Gantt charts for the complex interior, critical path analysis for the innovative shell construction, proper buffers for technical uncertainties. While they couldn't undo 7 years of mistakes, they prevented further spiral. The lesson is powerful. Without time management, even architectural masterpieces become financial disasters. With it, complex projects become manageable. Today, project managers worldwide study both phases, learning what not to do from the first and what to do from the second. SpaceX revolutionized an industry that measures progress in decades by compressing time like never before. Traditional aerospace follows a sacred sequence: design completely, then prototype, then test, then manufacture. Each phase takes years. SpaceX shattered this timeline. They started manufacturing while still designing. They tested components in parallel, not sequence. When something failed, they called it rapid unscheduled disassembly and immediately incorporated lessons. Their Gantt charts looked like parallel highways, not single-lane roads. Here's a specific example. During Falcon 9 development, they hit critical delays in engine testing. Instead of stopping everything, they used strategic schedule compression. They crashed engine development by bringing in specialists from other projects. They fast-tracked avionics development, knowing they'd need integration time anyway. When competitors took 10 to 15 years to develop new rockets, SpaceX did it in 4. This wasn't recklessness, it was masterful time management. They knew exactly which risks to take and which timelines to protect. The result? They didn't just enter the space industry, they transformed it. Amazon's two-pizza team structure isn't just about team size, it's a masterclass in temporal architecture. Here's the genius. Traditional companies have complex dependencies. Team A waits for Team B who needs input from Team C. Delays cascade like dominoes. Amazon eliminated this by creating small, autonomous teams that own entire features. Each team has its own Gantt chart, its own timeline, its own destiny. They only synchronize at carefully defined integration points. Imagine 100 teams working on AWS. In a traditional structure, one delayed team could block dozens of others. In Amazon's model, that same delay affects only that team's feature. The other 99 continue at full speed. When launching new services, teams release independently, some weekly, some daily. Competitors operating traditional structures need months for similar changes because they're managing complex interdependencies. This temporal architecture became Amazon's secret weapon. They didn't just work faster, they eliminated the structural barriers to speed. Time management isn't just about managing tasks, it's about designing organizations for temporal efficiency. The NHS COVID-19 vaccination program achieved what seemed impossible, vaccinating millions monthly with military precision. Here's how they mastered time at unprecedented scale. First, they worked backward from immunity targets. If we need 70% population immunity by June, how many daily vaccinations? Working backward revealed the true challenge size. Second, they identified 3 critical paths running in parallel: vaccine supply chains, vaccination site preparation, and staff training. Any delay in any path would cripple the program. Their real genius was buffer management. They maintained strategic reserves at regional hubs. If one area faced delays, supplies shifted instantly. Real-time dashboards showed schedule performance index for every region. When Birmingham fell to 0.85 SPI, resources immediately shifted from overperforming regions. When AstraZeneca faced production delays, pre-planned compression scenarios activated within hours, not days. Extended hours, mobile units, pharmacy involvement, all ready to deploy. This wasn't just project management, it was time management saving lives. They proved that with the right temporal tools, even the most complex, urgent projects can deliver on time. Now it's your turn to apply everything you've learned. You're the project manager for Wellness Tracker, a mobile health app that must launch at the Health Tech Conference in exactly 16 weeks. Miss this deadline and you miss the investors, the partnerships, the media attention, everything. This isn't a made-up exercise. This scenario plays out in startups worldwide. Your challenge mirrors real pressure project managers face daily. Your app needs requirements from doctors who are busy saving lives. You need user-friendly designs for patients who aren't tech-savvy. Back-end systems must handle sensitive health data securely. Wearable device integration adds technical complexity. Beta testing with real patients introduces ethical considerations. Marketing must be ready when the app launches. App Store approval processes are notoriously unpredictable. These aren't just tasks, they're interconnected challenges requiring masterful time orchestration. Ready to prove you can deliver under pressure? Let's build your time management system. Your Wellness Tracker time management portfolio will showcase 5 critical deliverables that real project managers create. First, a detailed work breakdown structure with 3-point estimates, showing you can decompose complexity and estimate realistically. Second, a comprehensive Gantt chart displaying all tasks, dependencies, and the critical path in red, proving you can visualize and manage temporal complexity. Third, a progress monitoring dashboard with SPI calculations and milestone tracking, demonstrating you can measure and control time. Fourth, a schedule compression playbook with 3 detailed scenarios, showing you can respond to temporal crises professionally. Finally, a lessons learned document, because great project managers always reflect and improve. This isn't busy work, it's building your professional portfolio. Complete this exercise and you'll have tangible proof of your time management capabilities. Employers love seeing real examples. Clients trust managers who can demonstrate their methods. This exercise transforms you from someone who learned about time management to someone who does time management. Let's crystallize the transformational insights from today. First, time is your only non-renewable resource. Respect it accordingly. Every moment lost is gone forever, making time management your most critical skill. Second, visual management through Gantt charts transforms abstract schedules into concrete action plans. One glance tells the entire story. Third, critical path focus prevents costly delays. Know your critical path, protect it fiercely, and you'll deliver on time. Fourth, buffers aren't padding, they're professional risk management. Transparent contingencies protect without deceiving. Fifth, speed creates competitive advantages that money can't buy. Markets reward those who deliver value first. Sixth, reliability builds trust capital that compounds over time. Become known for on-time delivery and watch opportunities multiply. These aren't just concepts, they're career-transforming principles. Master them and you'll join an elite group of project managers who consistently deliver success. The question isn't whether you can manage time, it's whether you will. Knowledge without action is merely potential. Here's how to transform today's learning into tomorrow's success. First, complete the Wellness Tracker exercise within the next week while concepts are fresh. Don't aim for perfection, aim for completion and learning. Second, choose one current project and create its Gantt chart. Start simple, even if it's just in Excel. Third, identify your project's critical path and share it with your team. Watch how awareness changes behavior. Fourth, implement one new technique each week. Maybe float analysis this week, SPI tracking next week. Small steps create lasting change. Fifth, share your experiences with peers. Teaching others deepens your own mastery. Finally, commit to delivering your next project on time using these tools. Not trying to, but actually doing it. Success builds confidence. Confidence enables bigger successes. Your journey to time mastery starts now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because time waits for no one, and neither should your career advancement. And with that, you've done it. Congratulations, project manager. You now have the complete foundation, the concepts, the tools, the techniques, and the real-world examples to master time management in the complete project management playbook, from fundamentals to execution. You've learned to conduct the temporal symphony of projects, transforming chaos into harmony, delays into on-time delivery, and stress into systematic success. You're no longer at the mercy of time, you're its master. Remember Peter Drucker's wisdom: time is the scarcest resource. Unless it is managed, nothing else can be managed. You now possess this fundamental management capability. On behalf of all of us at Learn Your Skills, thank you for your dedication to professional growth. We're excited to see the projects you'll deliver on time, the teams you'll lead to success, and the career you'll build on a foundation of temporal mastery. For more resources and to continue your project management journey, visit us at www.learnyourskills.com. Now go forth and orchestrate project success.